All right, we are back and we are doing the picks and bans. I apologize, we don't have one of those really fancy, amazing little pick and ban things that most other league streams have. We have this. Please enjoy. Let's talk about these picks and bans. What are you thinking so far?
Again, I expect Israel to be picked up by Marquette, most likely. It's just hard to say. This is an exhibition match. You may have teams that try to experiment this game and not pick what they may usually pick during a normal competitive tournament.
Sure. And it looks like we've got a Nico ban out of the gate. And the Draven ban. The Draven, a little surprising. I didn't think he was that big a deal, but it looks like somebody on Marquette's a little bit concerned about that. But the Nico ban, that's almost insta-lock ban right now, considering her abilities. So, we're going with that. Let's see what else we see.
There's always another wave.
Wasn't expecting that ban either, to be perfectly honest.
Impure fool.
No, I agree with you. I'm not expecting hardly any of these bans, but again, like I said, you really can't tell. These teams probably don't know each other well, so there's no scouting to make a ban off of. And yet this isn't a usual normal meta ban that we may see on the world stage. Now, I will say Akali is a pretty typical ban.
Absolutely. Akali is a pretty consistent ban right now. The Vayne ban, I'm not completely familiar with this current patch, but I know that Vayne is one of those champions that goes from super weak to super strong to super weak to super strong, depending on what item gets buffed or nerfed per patch. And then there's a brand ban. So do you think they were watching out for a brand mid or a brand support?
I'm going to go with a brand mid. I'm sure people send brand support, but I'm old school. I've played the game for a long time, so I really only know him as a mid player.
I gotcha. And we've already got our first pick as an Urgot. What position do you expect that Urgot to go?
Top lane, most likely, but you do see mid go, Urgot go mid sometimes. There's a Sivir. She'll probably be traded out for a bot lane later.
Sure.
And I don't think Nova's Chosen plays bot lane, but we may see.
So they're
there
definitely
you have
doing
bot lane probably for Marquette.
They're doing the Sivir Karma bot lane combo. That's a pretty well. Yeah, that's a pretty standard set of picks for the bot lane. Let's see what Murray State does to counter that. Ooh, a new deer.
Yeah, quite a rare pick. You don't see that champion played at all online, on the world stage, or hardly any tournaments.
Yeah, they seem to leave him alone, but I do love some Udyr play. The kind of stance dance ability that he has with, what is it, turtle, bear, and tiger mode?
And Phoenix as well.
Oh, okay. So you've got a lot you can do with him. Let's see what else we've got going. Orianna is there. Or probably mid, is what I would guess. Just the Civic comp. Chat's getting into it. Chat's discussing these picks and bans as much as we are. And then there's the Kled pick. Kled, usually a top laner, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know. Have you seen him anywhere else before?
I have not, so we should probably expect him to face off against Urgot up in the top lane. And this is exciting. This is what I was hoping to see and expected to see, these odd picks that you might not find anywhere else.
Yeah, I have to admit, for those of you who are not familiar with League of Legends, the picks and bans that we're seeing right now are not your average meta picks. I would say the Sivir Karma is probably the closest thing to an expectation pick, but that Udyr out of nowhere. And then the ban so far, kind of surprising.
That to me has been the best ban, the Lissandra that was just banned.
They're locking out that CC. I mean, I learned recently how deadly Lissandra can be if you play her well. So that's definitely a good ban for them. There's the Lucian ban. That's more of a meta ban, I would say, depending on.
Sure, the Lucian and the Lissandra are definitely meta bans that you would see on a world stage. And hopefully, well, we're going to see an Echo. I was going to say maybe they'll ban EZ, but...
Well, I don't think
like
they were
gonna
worried
ban
about
Echo.
another ADC ban because Sivir's already up there. Marquette,
That's right, I wasn't paying attention, sorry.
Marquette is locking out a ton of ADC choices with the Vayne ban, the Draven ban, the Twitch ban, and the Lucian ban. So they really do not want Murray State to have a good ADC. I mean, who are they going to pick? Jinx?
Jinx is probably the next in line as far as popularity goes.
Maybe. Oh, Kasai.
There's a
think
Kai
about her.
Sai, though.
Yeah.
She's quite popular herself.
She's definitely she can be beast mode in the right hands. I know I watch a lot of QTPie on Twitch because I like to watch League of Legends more than I like to play it, and he is definitely a Kaisa fan. So that's a good pick for them.
I'm enjoying this last pick. They were going in between Tarek and Galio. I would have liked to seen Galio, but it looks like Tarek was chosen.
I feel like the Galio pick would have been good, except I'm not exactly sure who would have benefited most from the global control there. Without a lot of CC with anybody else, pulling in Galio might not have worked out very well. So there's our picks and bans, everybody. And yeah, they got a Sejuani and a Kennen left over. So where's that Kennen going? Is he going top?
I've seen Kennen's do top and mid, so...
Yeah. It looks like we've got Kennen top, Sejuani jungle, Kled mid, Sivir and Karma in the bot lane. Marquette has some picks that I would not expect, but curious to see how that's going to go. And then Murray State going with the Urgot, Uldir, Orianna, Kaisa, and the Tarek. So we'll see a little bit of CC down in the bottom lane. We'll see Orianna throwing that wonderful little orb. And Urgot just kind of dancing around everybody with his little crab legs. Could be a good match. Should be a great match. And we will be in that match momentarily. Please enjoy the spectator tick, tick, tick.
The spectator delay.
The spectator delay. We'll go ahead and put the graphic back up so you guys aren't looking at some lameness, and we'll get some more music going until the stream, the game starts. So please stay tuned. So I think we should make that comment while the music is still kind of playing and we're loading into this game a little bit. Apparently, it's looking like Murray State maybe has the better skin picks.
Yeah, they definitely they got all 5 players with some special skins on. Marquette's got one, the pizza delivery Sivir.
Pizza delivery Sivir though is delicious. Can't deny some pizza delivery. Plus, C9 Sneaky, I'm pretty sure, did a cosplay. And we are in the Summoner's Rift. Welcome, everybody, to the match. And apparently, I've got to do this. Full screen, apply. So I apologize if I can't respond to chat for a few seconds. But we've got to turn this on. We've got to turn... Nope, we want that. We want this and this. And we don't want that. So we're in. Let's see what goes on. I believe Marquette is on the red and Murray State is blue. Let's get this Summoner's Rift started.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn."
We've already got people hiding in the river. Let's see what we got here. No.
Small skirmish between Urgot and Kennen,
Yeah,
and we might have a first blood
Urgot
right
is
off the
deep
bat.
way too early. Sejuani's going in. They've got 3-on-1 here, but Urgot gets away. Unbelievable. Do we have anything going
He
on
wasn't
down here?
scared. He never even burned his flash.
Yeah, he knew it was up.
Minions have spawned.
Now, for those of you that don't know, you have to remember that there is fog of war for both teams. Right now, you don't see any of it. That way, we can see everybody. But if I switch through here, there's blue's fog of war. Here's red's fog of war, and now everyone can see again. So, early stages of the game, people are going to be getting their lanes set up, trying to decide what buffs they're going to take, things like that. We get an early blue buff, as is expected. I'm really curious about this Kled mid lane with Surface. What do you think?
I think it'll be tough against Orianna, but Marquette players are, like I said before, have collegiate experience. I think they've played a lot of games. They have a couple of high-ranked players online. So I'm sure they made the decision knowing ahead of time what they were up against.
Sure. And it looks like we've kind of got some poke going on top and bottom, but nothing really to call home about. Some pings in the river as expected. But, you know, a pretty standard game thus far. Gotta get my mouse cursor somewhere indiscriminate. It looks like Murray State's taking a lot of early poke damage. Do you think that that's gonna end up with an early first blood for Marquette?
If you're down there at bottom lane, no. I think Tarek will probably keep her safe. They haven't even reached level 3 yet, so.
Okay. CS looks pretty balanced. The mid lane, Murray State is winning the CS game there, but everybody else is staying pretty even. That's pretty good. And the gold battle is even as well. So not a lot happening right now, and that's to be expected in this early game. Oh, looks like an early dive on the Kai'Sa, but they pull back. Mid lane, Orianna is bullying the Kled a little bit, but we're switching back down the bot because Tarek is taking some damage. Let's go back to that mid lane. Is anything else going on? Nope. Top lane, it looks like we got Urgot pushing pretty hard into Kennen. That's pretty much to be expected. He has that dominating minion push, but at this early game, he might be a little bit too squishy right now. What do you think?
Top lane's going to be a farming lane for the majority of the early stages of the game. They won't ever catch.
You got to push on
lane.
Karma. Karma's below half health, but Murray State has to back off before they can really make anything of it.
It's Kai'Sa on half health, and she has to burn her flash. Karma flashes in to ignite her, but the ignite's not going to be enough. She's going to stick around. Sivir's going to flash in. She has to go away.
A little low on mana. Yeah, more poke game on top, and then we're back to mid where... Oh, and there's been a pause, everybody. Please stay tuned while we find out exactly what the pause is. There may be a bad network connection. That's part of it sometimes, but hang on with us while we check it out. Let's see if I get a message or anything. And we're still in pause. We're not sure exactly what the pause is for yet. Obviously, again, this is an exhibition match, so it's not a big deal to have a pause. We're not freaking out about this. It's not a tournament. Nothing's up for stakes. We're just sort of having fun between two teams. So hopefully we'll find out what's going on here in a moment, and we'll get back into the game. I don't think there were any disconnects. Did you see any disconnects or anything?
I didn't.
So
A summoner has disconnected.
There went the Tarek from Murray State disconnecting, so maybe he will pop back in momentarily. You got to remember, we are on a 3-minute delay, so he could have disconnected 3 minutes ago and we would not have known about it. That's just the nature of the beast with these kind of things, since we're not being sponsored by Riot or anything, though we'd love to. Riot Games, come check us out, right? Anyway, Marquette is a little bit ahead in gold. What are we looking at level-wise? Everyone's pretty much the same. I'm not seeing anything major. And we're back in. So let's just start back in with this bottom lane. Let's stay with this bot lane fight for just a moment here. The Tarek is taking quite a few hits from Sivir, but not to a lot of damage. Kaisa, a little low, but
yeah, I'm surprised she hasn't gone back yet. She's really risking it, but she wants that CS, so she's sticking around.
Yeah, she wants to make sure she keeps that CS. Oh, Tarek with the double stun. First blood goes to Murray State University with a kill on Marquette Sivir.
Great play. Mistake by Sivir by taking the tower hit, and way to take advantage of that.
Led went in on the Orianna. Orianna says, no thank you, sir. Get that Raptor out of here. Knocks him off his mount. They're pretty close in HP, but Orianna has the range to just keep poking.
Yeah, Sedge is sneaking up in the river, though, so we may see Orianna have to back down. Looks like her
there's a Sejuani dive, but they back away. I think she could have got that.
Up in the river as well, so we may have another skirmish go down.
Ooh, there comes in. The Kled is down for Marquette. This is a 2-0 lead for Murray State University right now. So they're looking good. They're feeling confident.
Cutting out there.
Oh, I'm cutting out a little bit. I apologize for that. We might be running a little bit tight on the bandwidth. Kaisa feeling ballsy, goes for that second Sivir kill. And Murray State is taking a dominating lead. They're up almost 1,000 gold.
Yeah, I'm not sure for sure what Sivir was thinking there. Just got out of position, I guess.
A little,
couple
yeah,
mistakes
a little out of
by
position.
Marquette early on.
And they have to be careful about this. A small mistake here and a small mistake there, no big deal. But when they pile up 3 or 4 or 5 small mistakes, that's when a team gets a lead. Twitch chat wants to know, who is the John Morant of this esports team? I mean, considering John Morant is an ADC, and if we're talking about Murray State, it would be the Kaisa. It would be our Zinth. But if we're talking about Marquette, it would be Sable Shadow. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I don't know much about the Murray State players, but like I said, I have seen Marquette play, and Sable Shadow is definitely the John Morant. He puts out the big numbers as far as damage goes.
We got a battle going up on top. Urgot is just bullying this cannon around. Even though he's a level below the cannon, he doesn't have any problem going up on him. It's crazy. So let's discuss these objectives here for people that don't watch a lot of League of Legends. We know that they're pushing in these lanes. What is the plan for both of these teams?
Early stages of the game, you want to get as many ganks as you can to pad your pockets with gold. You also want to keep up with the CS score and try to take as many map objectives as possible. We don't see the river monsters up yet as far as map objectives, but you would like to try and chip away on some towers and maybe get some gold from them.
So, the real quick and dirty is, there's a bunch of towers in the way. You got to kill those towers to win the game. Oh, we got a dive by Sejuani. Oh, it's a 3-on-2 in the bottom lane. What is Tarek and Kaisa gonna do? Kaisa is gonna go down. Sejuani with the shutdown. They're gonna go full in on the Tarek. Maybe. I really thought they were gonna get that one. But now Urgot and Uldir are bullying up on Kennen for the trade. They're not gonna. Oh, he's going for it. They cleaned it up. Will Uldir drop to the tower? He will not. He got out of there. So that was a 2-for-1 trade. But Marquette is going for that bottom tower, and they are not going to let it go. 4 people on bottom tower is pretty much going to guarantee that is the first objective for Marquette University.
Yeah, and with this bottom tower, even though they're down 4-1, they are still about even in gold.
Yep. Yeah, they've basically caught up thanks to the bottom tower. In the most recent patches, the towers give more gold if you hit them while they have the shielding. So that's definitely a worthwhile trade for Marquette in the long run. Not what I expected at all. Very cool. Deer and Sejuani kind of fighting over the Scuttle Crabs, while Murray State just pushes mid without any contention whatsoever until the Kled shows up. Kind of surprising.
I kind of expected Oriana to win her lane against Kled, but it's still early.
It is a bit early. She does have the range poke, which is definitely going to favor her in the long run. Kled can take a pretty good beating though with his 2 HP bars. The bot lane though, not they actually haven't lost that tower yet. So really, the gold lead is not been completely caught up, other than from the shielding. So, oh, here we go in mid. Kled is going after the Oriana and is gonna get her no problem, while bot lane is just gonna push in on Sivir again. So this has definitely not been a slow match. I kind of expected a lot more feeling out from both of these teams, but we're getting a very aggressive game. I've been told to rewind about 15 seconds, so we're gonna rewind 15 seconds.
You can match the spectating time with the stream time, and you should be on par.
Where is that button?
At the bottom of your spectating, above the scoreboard, there is a timeline. Right, so I wouldn't do it for the stream, I would do it for you spectating.
Yeah. We apologize for any technical difficulties. I am trying to get everything kind of squared away here. I'm surprised that I am behind it.
Big fight bottom.
Big fight bot lane. Big fight top lane. There's big fights all around. Sejuani goes in, saving their bottom lane. Are they going to clean up this blue team? Murray State is staying with this fight. They lose the Kaisa. They're going to probably lose the Tarek. And that's a full bot lane win by Marquette. And top, let's go check this out. Nope. Pretty calm here. Or got pulled back when the bot lane was getting just devastated by the jungler, ADC, and support. There's a Kled ult. Boom. He's going in hard. And he's got her. He can tank those turret hits early, lose his Raptor, and eat a little bit more damage. Marquette University taking the first tower down here in bot. Do you expect them to take this mid tower next, or?
I think they would like to take the tower. It definitely gives you the best advantage. I always enjoy taking the tower first. I don't think they're going to be able to take it at this moment. Taking mid tower allows your jungle more room to move.
Yeah. Well, here cleans up that Kled that was just poking away at mid tower, which was, you know, just another out of position mistake.
Turret plating will fall soon.
Does MU host scrimmaging matches for prospective players? I went in. I'll tell you what, we will ask them after this first match. Hopefully I can get a little mini interview with one of the players, or at least the team captain.
Looks like Kennen at top lane is running away with a little bit of CS, gaining a small advantage on Urgot.
Yep. And now, yeah. It's interesting, the Kennen is probably a little bit stronger in power, but the Urgot has no problem just eating those shots. Murray State is clearing up vision for most of their team right now because they have lost that bottom tower, and they've got to play careful near that dragon now. It's going to be a focus. Ooh, Deer is going in for it. Murray State says, no, you can't have this dragon. We're going to take it. But Karma and Silver have other ideas. Poor old Deer. Kaisa comes in to back him up. They save him. They save the old Deer, which is a really good play for Murray State right now. Oh, but Marquette University takes the dragon.
Yeah, and with that, they'll take a almost 1,000 gold lead.
And 1,000 gold, that's almost half an item,
Big fight up top. Kennen coming.
Oh, we got another Kled ult. Where's that going?
7-7.
They're going for the Orianna again. Kled taking the tower shots just to bully the mid lane, but they actually end up turning on the Uldir and getting over at the last second. But it does cost them the Kled. Sorry about the little bit of silence there. We're just having a little technical discussion real quick while we watch this top lane fight. More poke from Urgot and Kennen. We're at an even match still, though Marquette is taking 2 towers. The kills are pretty balanced, and Marquette has a 3,000 gold lead.
Yeah, they've started to really pile up the lead there on gold. Hopefully with these 2 towers, we'll see them start to ward the inner jungle of MSU and really take map control right here.
Yeah, now that they've gotten that bottom and that mid turret, they're able to control a lot more vision. They give a little... Oh, we got a fight in the top lane. It looks like Urgot takes out the Kennen. Sejuani is going for that old deer, but he's going to dance around. But Urgot tries to save Uldir and yet is just not able to get that HP bar. Sejuani says, let's keep going. I've got your number. Urgot says, no thanks. Enjoy the shutdown. Kled ult on the Urgot. He's going in hot. Is it going to be enough? It looks like the tower has saved Urgot. Kled was biting off a little bit more than he could chew that time.
Yeah, big mistake there. Getting caught under the tower, both Kled and Sejuani.
Bot lane is still just kind of pushing along, and they're going to back off a little bit. run some sweepers. So what they're doing right now is they're going to be monitoring for any sort of wards that would allow vision. So we'll switch through vision again real quick. This is what blue can see. This is what red can see. And now we're back to whatever. We got to fight back in the mid lane. Oh dear, Karma. Oh, come on now. Don't even be like that. We want to see this fight. But we got to fight in mid. And it looks like Marquette has found...
River.
Yeah, they have found the number on that poor Oriana. And now they're calling for Rift Herald. They're pinging for it. They're looking for all the wards. They're checking the area. And they are starting the Rift Herald. So the Rift Herald is going to give them a nice little NPC boost down one lane of their choosing, should they get this. And they do have to kind of cover a large area because there's still a large part of Murray State that is up.
Yeah, and you know, I was expecting to see this type of play from Marquette. They have the experience, and right now, as we're entering mid-game, we really see that experience shine through in the communication. They're all working together. They're moving as one unit.
Very much. And they get that Rift Herald, no problem whatsoever. What lane do you expect them to place it?
Top lane. It's the last remaining outer tower. If they can get that down, they can really gain some map control all throughout Murray State's jungle.
Yeah, that's the last... forget what they're called, preliminary tower left for Murray State University. They're trying to hold on to it. They've brought their ADC up into the top lane. We've got quite the fight going on in the mid lane. The Kled is going after the Oriana. Will she make it out? No. But Urgot is back for blood. He takes out the Kled. They're not stopping though. They go in, they get the Sivir down, which is a great amount of damage taken away from Marquette, and they're going after the Marquette support. But with that Sejuani jungle, I'm not sure they're going to be able to do much more. Sejuani and Kennen clean up everything Murray State has to offer right there.
Yeah, and we're at a dangerous point in the game for Murray State right here. This could really start to snowball on them if they're not careful.
And we didn't even see that, but Uldir just stole the dragon. But yeah, now is a definite Marquette snowball situation. They decide to go mid lane with the Rift Herald. They're going to push that second level turret, that third turret, and then probably, depending on the respawn timers, they might even get an inhibitor. Nope, they do not. It looks like the Rift Herald is going to drop, and Murray State is going to get back on their feet and keep going. So if you're Murray State right now, what's going through your mind? What's your plan of attack here?
Well, Sejuani and Kennen have built up a small amount of bounties. We'd like to protect that. Also, we'd like to top lane to match Kennen's CS. He is really starting to run away with that CS now, which is why his bounty is high. Both him and Urgot have 3 kills, but the CS advantage for Kennen has really padded his pockets and making him quite deadly in these team fights.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a snowball in a couple of these lanes. Here, the Urgot, he's pushing the Sivir. The Sivir is definitely a level below and a lot of HP below. And there's the hook. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Sivir's dead. Murray State gets a little bit of gold back, but it's like you said, without those bounty picks, it's a
You shouldn't try and solo an Urgot.
Yeah, you should not try to solo an Urgot. That's the tip of the night for everybody here watching the stream. Don't solo an Urgot. And this Uldir from Murray State is just sneaking all over the place like a jungler is supposed to do, getting these picks. Kaisa says, let's go Kennen. Kennen says, no problem. Takes out the Kaisa. They're going for the Sejuani, trying to get maybe some of that bounty gold you were talking about. But hard to do anything when that Kled just comes out of nowhere. Kled is eating up Uldir, eating up Oriana, and there's not much left for Murray State to do right now but back up.
Yeah, Murray State needs to be very leery of long fights, and that's what happened there. The fight lasted too long, and help came from Marquette, and they just cleared it all up. Murray State does not have the gold to match their sustainability at the moment.
That's right, yeah, and without the gold, they're not going to have the items, and without the items that you build for your character, you're not going to have the damage, the defense to really stand up in a fight. So they've kind of got to play under tower, and they've got to play it safe, and it's a little bit of a turtle game right now for Murray State.
Yeah, but Tarek's doing good. He's clearing their jungle of Marquette's wards, which should allow them to continue to farm us.
Right, I definitely don't want to undersell Murray State right now. They're keeping the minion waves pushed. They're playing conservatively. Mainly what's happening is these random picks are occurring that no one's expecting. It all comes down to vision. When they don't have their wards out, they're going to get picked. And that's kind of what's happening for Murray State, but they're trying to stop that from happening. Looks like we've got a little battle here. No?
Yeah, we're getting to one of my favorite parts of the game. It's when each team tries to battle for Baron there.
Baron has just spawned. That is correct. It is Baron team fight time. Everyone is going to start getting ready. You're going to see a ton of wards go into this area right here. There will be wards for both teams, and they will just kind of hug all of these bushes here to try to make sure whichever team is going is protected. Murray State stole another turret, but it cost them at least an Uldir, but they got a cannon out of it. A cannon and a turret. But now,
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
with the Murray State jungler out of the picture, they're going to push this Baron, no problem.
Yeah, and like you said, it isn't a problem. Look at Sejuani just tanking Baron and not even feeling any damage. Same with Kled. And if you look at the scoreboard, it's clearly why they can do that.
Yeah, I mean,
Sedge has a Warmonger, only at level 14, 6-1 on the scoreboard. Not for sure what Murray State's going to do at this moment.
when your jungler is as tanky as a top lane, you know, you don't really have to worry about a whole lot in the jungle, much less a dragon or the Baron.
And Marquette can pretty much pick any fight they want at the moment.
They can. They've got, I mean, they have a tanky mid, they have a tanky jungler, they have a somewhat tanky top lane in Kennen. They can just go face into every fight they want to.
Crazy play at Dragon here.
That was wild, that was wild. Kaisa stole the dragon. Will it cost them? They lost the Oriana though, they lost the Uldir.
And there's the ace.
There is the ace. So Marquette said, sure, no problem, you can have that dragon.
They'll probably push mid him.
Definitely push mid in. Sejuani at this point is just eating tower hits. There goes the inhibitor.
Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
They're gonna stroll on up to this last wave of turrets and melt them down without any problem. Will there be any opposition whatsoever from Murray State University at this point?
I think that's game.
I believe that is going to be GG for game one of the Murray State versus Marquette series. Marquette taking the win 24-15 in 27 minutes and 25 seconds. That was quite the match. Like I said, we had some picks and bans we weren't expecting. We had a lot that we weren't expecting there. And
hello.
All right, hello. Give me just a second here while I clean up a bunch of stuff that I don't need.
Do I sound all right? Or
You sound fine. You sound fine. So I want to introduce you guys with one of the Marquette players. Go ahead and introduce yourself for us.
Yeah, so I am actually the president of Marquette Gaming and Esports, and so I helped get this team together, and it was through ELO level and team chemistry that we were able to get this team together. It's the first year that we competed with this exact team in the Big East League. So we are also relatively new to the scene. We had a team last year, but it's a pretty much different roster. But yeah, so I am I'm like the manager, I guess you could call it, of the team or whatever. So, but they have their own team captains and their own processes within themselves. So I'm just yeah.
Okay, so
And I just wanted to be able to hop in because I know a lot of the guys and I know a lot of their strategies and who they play and all that stuff. So I want to just help give some insights to make the streaming experience a little more pleasurable.
Absolutely. What did you think about that first game?
It's funny because it was kind of a classic Marquette gaming game, honestly. Like they aren't really too known for, they might get mad at me for saying this, but they're not really too known for their laning phase as much as they are their macro gameplay. So when you see them getting solo killed or maybe the Kled pick was a little unusual. I didn't expect that coming. But when you see stuff like that, it's kind of up their alley. You know, they like to hop around in the early game, not do a whole lot, and then late game is when they excel, and their macro decision making is usually pretty strong.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think Murray State felt pretty confident in the early game. They were getting some early picks, and you know, it was looking good in their favor. But then all of a sudden, those what appeared to be little mistakes didn't really add up anymore, and it started to snowball against them. So, how long has Marquette really been kind of doing the League of Legends thing? That you
So
know
we so I'm a junior, so I took over Marquette Gaming my second semester my freshman year, which is about 2.5 years ago now. They were that year. So that year was when they first had a competitive team, and the following year is when it would have been a year and a half ago now. The following that year was when they first had a competitive team for the Big East League, and then this year they kind of they have another team, but it's different because we had a few graduates, so we had to get a new team going, and so this is about, I would say second year.
Okay. Are there any other esports currently available at Marquette for other students to enjoy, or?
Yeah, we have, for competitive teams, we have a Rainbow Six team, we have an Overwatch team, and we have a Rocket League team that almost went to the finals in that Big East League as well. We have a couple top 100 Rocket League players down at Marquette, so we got a lot of competitive teams, and we're looking to make them better this next year.
Looking to make them better. Hey, that's always important.
That's right.
What do you think about this second game? Do you think it's going to be anything different, or are you expecting more of the same?
So I don't know. I wish I was able to look at the stats of the AD carry, because it was a bit curious. While they had our pick and our team, the team captain is our jungler. His game name is Aogan, and his real name is Owen. So he is good with picks and bans. If they ban all those AD carries, there's probably a good reason. That probably means that I bet Murray State's AD carry has a solid background in that position. But our AD carry he's pretty limited to 4. Like he really likes Caitlyn, Kaisa, Lucian, and there's one other he really likes. If he gets off, I think the strategy for Murray State here is to get Sable Shadow off this comfort picks and kind of just put a lot of pressure on the bot lane.
Sure. Not that Murray State's listening at all or anything. They won't.
Yeah.
They totally won't stream snipe this or anything,
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we're hoping I don't get in trouble here, but
that's right. Right. You're giving away all the secrets.
Yeah. I think that they're gonna look, the really solid player on Marquette is the top laner, and that top jungle synergy that they have is really important to however the game is decided.
Sure.
Noah's chosen up in the top lane he almost made it to Masters last season, so he's a really strong player, and he actually did that with support and top, so he's really diverse in his ability. This is just one of the multiple renditions of their team that they like to run. They have a sub that they like to move around and work him in the team in different ways.
Okay.
But so long story short, I think game 2 I think Marquette's gonna look to really get the top laner on a carry or the jungler on a carry. And I think Murray State's strategy should really focus on that bot lane and hope they don't ban out the AD carries again.
Well, we'll see how it's going. It looks like they're about ready for game 2. So thank you for joining me for this little interview. And we're going to talk to Murray State after this second game. So stay tuned and enjoy the rest of the match.
That sounds great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming by.
Take care.
Yep. All right, let's get this game 2 underway with picks and bans. Daniel, are you still with me?
I am.
All right, so what do you think about that analyzation from the Marquette sort of champion? Do you agree with those choices? You think Murray State has a chance as long as they sort of knock out that bot lane for Marquette?
Yeah, possibly. Again, last game, Marquette just looked more of a team. As soon as a fight broke out on one side of the map, it looked as if they immediately started to shift. The other players started to rotate to get to that side to help out if it was a long fight, and it usually was a long fight, and they would always come out on top. And Murray State's just going to have to all get on one page. So,
yeah, it looks like Marquette is going for that same strategy of banning ADCs. They just do not want to deal with any these certain ADC picks. Murray State, on the other hand, is going for a lot of top lane bans.
yeah, and all I can think of is like your previous interviewer said. He said they may have a scout on Murray State, and that is why they're banning those ADCs.
There's that Sejuani ban. Murray State says, no more of that, please. We're done.
Or the cannon on the top lane.
Or the cannon. Please don't hurt us with those high HP characters. So here's the first pick for Marquette. Are they really going to go to the Jinx? They're going Jinx in the bot lane this game. Or at least what I would believe would be a bot lane pick. Let's see what Murray State counters with here.
Lucian.
Jin.
All right. I like to see a Lucian player.
I enjoy watching him be played, but it looks really difficult because
it is extremely difficult.
It's all about those angles and everything, right? And they go for the Urgot again. They really feel the Urgot was a strength for them last match. Let's see if he holds up. Are we gonna see a Kha'Zix?
It's like a Kha'Zix jungle for Marquette.
Oh, insta switch to Lee Sin.
Switch to Lee Sin. So far, we have some meta picks: Lucian, Urgot, Lee Sin. Those are definitely almost always picked on the world stage. There's a famous world national play pick, the Braum.
LeBlanc, which has kind of come out of the woodwork here in the last, I would say last season, near the final patch, near Worlds. LeBlanc was a little bit popular again, and now I think she's a little stronger than she used to be. With all that wonderful little magic clone ability she has. Echo Band. I'm wondering about these Echo Bands. I haven't seen anyone begging for it, though. I hope it's not a wasted ban. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's probably a lot of thought that goes into these bans. Again, it could be a scout on the other team. It could be where they've faced Echoes in the past and just haven't done well against them. There's a lot of factors that go into these decisions.
Major.
No cure for fools.
Marquette's bans have basically said, we're banning the same stuff, so you can pick whatever, as long as it isn't these 5 characters.
That is what a ban is.
The classic Yasuo ban, too. You know, no one wants a Yasuo in the game. He's the worst and best character in this game.
Their fear is wise.
They're going to ban Udyr. That's interesting. I wouldn't say that the Udyr did well last game, so I'm curious why that ban is there.
Yeah, but I think maybe they feel as though that's Murray State's comfort jungle, and maybe they want to see something else.
Could be.
The Tarek's back again.
There's a champ I like to see. Aurelia, great pick. In my opinion, probably one of the most potent champs in the game. You see her almost always banned on national championships. Another great pick.
There's
Almost
a
a complete,
Galio.
yeah, almost a complete meta team over here by Marquette with Lee Sin, Braum, Aurelia, Galio. In fact, it doesn't matter who MSU's fifth pick is. Marquette has a they're going to switch it up at the last second with Morgana.
They were the Morgana. Now, Morgana has recently been reworked or just artwork reworked.
I really don't understand that switch. Galio was so strong there.
I think maybe they were worried that the Jinx didn't have enough support with the Galio. Well, no, it would have been a Braum down there, but no. Braum is not going in the bot lane. Oh, there he goes.
Regardless, I still say it's a scary comp for Murray State. Marquette has a lot of initiation. Braum, Lee Sin, Aurelia can all just jump in as they please, whereas Murray State doesn't really have a champion that can just dive right in and sustain the amount of damage that's going to happen.
That's very
be
true.
Able to still peel back. Maybe Tarek, but Tarek is slow and he has no dive. Braum's ult, Aurelia, Lee Sin, they all have initiation moves.
I think they're gonna go with the only real dive they've got is kind of the Urgot dash, right? And it's not really that big a dive.
Yeah, Master Yi may pop things off, but I just think he's too squishy to do so. So again, I don't know who's going to be the initiator on the Murray State side. Maybe they'll just play the siege game.
Yep, and we're 1-0 Marquette here in game 2. We'll see what happens in about 2 minutes and 40 seconds. But yeah, I'm kind of with you here. Marquette has definitely picked the stronger. The team comp feels a lot stronger for Marquette, but let's not sell Murray State short. They're the scrappy underdog team. They're coming out to play. They're here to fight it day and night, night and day. We'll see what happens. All right, there's the loadout again. I'm still feeling pretty strong with the Murray State skin game. What do you think? I do like that Dragon Slayer Braum, though. That's a pretty nice skin. We are back in Summoner's Rift, ready for this second game between Marquette University and Murray State University as a bracket attack to support the NCAA men's basketball team as they fight in the first round tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Central Time, I believe.
Welcome to
Sounds right.
Summer's Rift.
Yeah, so we're here for game 2. It looks like, are they going to go for that river gank? They're not even making a river gank. They're just going for a gank. They pull back a little bit there at the end. And again, we start with a very aggressive early game. What do you think about all this?
Just probing the other team for information.
Little pokes left and right. We got a little Master Yi dance going on here in the blue. Always a fan favorite. Yeah, now everyone's starting to spread out. They're taking their favorite bush. My favorite bush is Glycerine, to be perfectly honest. I don't know about you.
Good 90s reference.
There we go, yeah. I was really hoping I could work in a reference to a metal band that hardly anyone knows about, but I keep forgetting every time we have technical difficulties to bring up that song. So we're gonna start in the
I don't know
mid
what type
lane.
of audience you're dealing with, so I don't know if they're fans of metal.
Yeah, it makes me kind of feel like I'm a little too old because I'm pretty sure referencing technical difficulties in a Racer X is not going to be known by most folks. But here we are. Murray State on the red, Marquette in the blue, and you're just watching the early game again. It's a lot of poke, it's a lot of CS game. Every little gold counts.
Looks like LB is zoning out Morgana well.
Yeah.
Keeping her off the minions.
Easily keeping Morgana directly under lane. And we gotta remember, Marquette discussed this early. It's not about the one-off picks for them. It's much more of a macro game. So they kind of expect these early picks on themselves, and yet lead into a bigger play overall, taking those objectives inside.
They definitely excel at the team game in mid and late parts.
Go back up to that Urgot Aurelia. I'm curious to see how the Aurelia gets played out. We know what Urgot's going to do. We've seen it before. But Aurelia barely
might have a
recent
first
work. Oh, do we think we have a fight here? No. We pull back out. Okay, back in the middle lane.
Almost caught him in the LeBlanc.
Lee Sin rocking the red and the blue buff. He's had no problem farming in the jungle this early. We've really got to keep an eye on that Lee Sin because he's definitely heading for a gank, I think. Bot lane's pushing forward. So in your professional opinion of League of Legends, how comfortable are you with laning phase? Pausing lanes, freezing lanes, pushing lanes, stopping lane. Where do you feel you fall in the cards on that?
I like to play top or support, and I'm a big fan of zoning, especially early on, much like we were seeing LeBlanc do. If you can zone the other team under their tower and limit their CS, you can get a nice early lead, which can help out in transition in the mid game.
Absolutely, and it looks like that's kind of what the Urgot was trying to do there. Keep her from getting the CS.
This is probably
got a
first
Lee
blood.
Sin coming in.
Nope, he's going to burn a flash. Lee Sin connects the Q.
Here comes the Master Yi.
Ooh.
And first blood goes to Master Yi of Murray State University. The Urgot had to burn a lot to get out of there, but he did it. And now he's just kind of got to play really safe because he is low, and Aurelia can just go in no problem and eat him up if he wants to.
Yeah, Urgot had maybe 20 health left.
Yeah, that was a play for play.
Just a slight miscalculation by Lee Sin. I'd almost dare to say just a little bit of luck.
A little bit of luck from Murray State.
Yeah.
Understood. Right now, though, maybe they feel like a little bit of luck is what they need, and they're going to take it. And I don't blame
Well,
them
it'd
at
be
all.
nice to see them get a short kill lead like they did last game. It would definitely help.
Yeah, and I mean, we've got a very aggressive LeBlanc. We've got a comfortable Urgot. And the Lee Sin is just farming, you know. He's just wandering around looking for a good gank. So it's not like Murray State feels out of their element. They don't feel, intimidated at all.
Lee Sin's waiting in the bush down here at bot.
Yes.
I
Does
think they
Tarek
know he's
know?
there.
Tarek
they
seems
don't
to
he's
know.
there.
Oh, the early jump to Tarek. They're getting on him. Lucian is trying to keep the damage off. Tarek gets out. No problem.
Here comes Yi. He's going to join the battle.
Yi says, hey, let's counter gank. Oh. And that's what warding does for a good team, everybody. You notice the Braum instantly shot at that Master Yi, stopping the counter gank. We've got a little bit of
There's
a
a group up
regular
mid.
Oh, mid.
Morgana's
LeBlanc
gonna get
goes in
caught.
hard on Morgana. Lee says, let's choppy. And he slices and dices. He also Julianne fries that Morgana for another kill, putting Murray State up 2-0. These early kills, they're good. They help build morale. They're great for getting a little bit of gold. But Murray State's really only up about 600 gold right now. What is that, boots?
Yeah, barely boots. Boots and an item. Not enough to build a full boot.
And we're still focusing on this spot lane a little bit. Lucian's cleaning up. You know, sometimes I feel like Riot makes the cooler characters the more difficult to play.
I agree. In fact, I always give cool points to a complex champion to play, such as maybe Lee Sin.
Very cool character.
Having to auto attack in between each ability as a combo and skill shots over direct targeting spells. They just seem more rewarding to play, and so that's why I think people like the more complex and difficult to play champions.
Absolutely. We are all over the place with these fights. Everyone is poking everybody. That mid lane is what I'm kind of interested in right now, because I feel like this LeBlanc is just decided it's bully mode.
Irelia is baiting Urgot in.
Yep, let's go up
Probably
there.
gonna see a gank up here.
She's got him.
Lee Sin, nice.
And there they go. Aurelia dropping there. Got. We're experiencing some spectator mode technical difficulties, and I do apologize for that. But please stay with us. And it looks like the bot lane from Race is back, and we'll go to mid lane where LeBlanc is finally being bullied by the Morgana. But not for too terribly long. Let's see what happens here. Master Yi says, hey, fake it a little bit, and then we'll make it a little bit. Chop, chop, chop. Another kill in the mid lane from Murray State University. That's good communication right there. Was that a Jinx ult? I didn't even see it. We're getting some pings in the bot lane here, and Master Yi's going back to bed.
Group up down at bottom lane. Here comes Lee Sin to join the fight.
Lee Sin, yeah, he's coming in to help clean up. He does the kick on Lucian, hoping to put him in the ADC range, but he dashes out. All they get's the Terra out of that play. But still, 1 for none. That's a good play for Marquette. Really, a bullet in that Urgot. They're just trading back and forth. It's a little flat fight for them two.
Urgot's got 1 death on him, and Aurelia is starting to run away almost a little bit, about 20 CS higher. She's probably going to win this lane as expected. They're duking it out again up there.
Yeah, they're duking it out. Now, I noticed the Aurelia has a Tiamat, which, you know, gives her 25 attack damage, 50% base health regen, and then a couple of passives giving extra damage. What is the counterplay for the Urgot
on? This right here.
Yeah, it looks like calling it a Master Yi. And then just eating her alive, Urgot takes down Aurelia. Let's go back up top. Is Lee Sin going to do anything? No, he's just going to keep that lane safe. We'll go back to the mid where LeBlanc and Morgana are going toe-to-toe. And
wow, LeBlanc survived.
LeBlanc.
The potion
And
kept her in it.
Getting out of there alive. We'll travel over to the bot lane. Oh, hang on. No, he's not going. Is he? No, I thought he was going to go for a gank there. Here in the bot lane, the Teric's taking a little damage.
This is fun to see. Not even level 7 and skirmishes in all lanes. A lot of times you'll see players play really passive and just farm up the minions up until about level 10, but not these teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, if this has been a pro game, this first 15 to 20 minutes would have just been us watching them farm lane. But we're getting to see some good action. A big part of what League of Legends is really about is fighting each other. It's not about, you know, having enough gold to feel like you can fight better. The bot lane has had a bit of trouble, but they're gonna hold back a little bit. I thought they were expecting a LeBlanc game. Is top popping off again? Yeah, I just will not leave this poor Argot alone. Go to the mid. LeBlanc and Morgana back at it. Whoa! She went 100 to 50 in 1.1 seconds. The Jinx ulti misses. And most of the lanes reset except for top. And like I said before, again, everyone, this exhibition match, big thanks to Marquette University for being available. Big thanks to Murray State University for being available. We just thought it'd be kind of fun because we're both competing against each other in the first round of the NCAA men's basketball tournament. We thought, why not compete in a little League of Legends beforehand, have a little fun. And that's what we're here to do tonight, have a little fun. So thanks everybody for tuning in, you know, and these teams love the support. They're here, they do this all the time. Paraplating's gonna fall soon, even though that little pop-up is busted right now for them. It's a big little event. We're trying to maybe start a little tradition here. Hopefully the winner of this can go on to fight in another match against the next round of the NCAA tournament, just for funsies. We'll see what happens. Who knows? I mean, we're still looking at a pretty even game right now. Wouldn't you agree?
Sure, the gold is matched at about 21,000. The score says 5-3, but that's not the whole story.
It's really not. It looks like we might have nope. The gank in mid backed off because the gank in top also backed off. It looks like Master Yi and Lee Sin are sort of like,
The wards are paying dividends for both teams.
They really are. They really are. And that's something a lot of the younger players with less experience like myself. But here, fighting the bottom lane, Lucian's getting CC'd. They're going hard for him, but Derek says, no. Enjoy some CC yourself. And he keeps his ADC safe. There goes some Aurelia on Urgot action. He walks into the Aurelia barrier, which is not the best choice.
Master Yi may be able to come up though in revenge.
Yeah, let's go check this out. He's coming up.
Here
for
he
it.
comes.
There's the dash.
Ulted.
He's chopping, he's slicing, he's dicing. Will he cut through another one from Murray State? And he does. 1-for-1 trade in the top lane. Thanks to
Master Yi 4-0.
He is definitely the bread and butter of this team right now. We got a big battle in bot lane, and Murray State instigated something good, but was not probably expecting the Lee Sin to kick the Lucian. And that cost them their entire bot lane just there. They clean up on the Derek.
Yeah, I didn't see. I'm assuming the Lee Sin came through the river.
Yeah, he came through the river, went through the bush, and then kicked the Lucian back
as
in.
we said, the ward's in the river. How much does a ward cost, and how much is your life worth to you?
Yep, and now Marquette takes the first turret. What we got going on here in the mid lane? We got LeBlanc basically has to babysit her tower now, as she has taken a lot of damage on it, though it does not look like Morgana's tower is anywhere near as much damage. And all things quiet in the top lane for once.
Looks like Murray State's gonna ward Marquette's jungle and maybe try for the dragon here.
Let's see. We go down to the dragon pit here. Lee Sin, who's been pretty much carrying this team so far tonight in match 2. Jinx stole the dragon from Lee Sin.
I mean, from Master Yi.
Master Yi, that's
Yeah.
right. My bad. Goodness, that's gotta hurt Murray State's morale there. Just losing that dragon. Thinking it was a free kill.
Yeah, just put them even more behind in gold. Same deja vu as last game. We saw Murray State with a small gold lead, but then when we started hitting double-digit levels, Marquette came back.
They got this fight in the bot lane again. They get the Jinx, but will it cost them anybody? It will not. And Master Yi takes out the mid lane Morgana. So Murray State says,
Red team's
all
turret
right,
has been destroyed.
you got that dragon. Fine. We're going to take 2 of your people. We got another fight in the top lane. Lee Sin was not expecting the 2-man support coming up to help Urgot.
Yeah, great rotation by Murray State.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, bots being sieged, getting some hits on the tower.
Tarek is pretty much just ignoring the tower. They've got a minion wave in there, but Braum could easily walk up there and get a little bit of aggro, but he decides not to. Murray State's in a tough position in the top lane now, so they've got a large wave pushing. For this level, it's a pretty large wave that Urgot's going to have to take care of. Not a big deal for Urgot, but he's going to have to...
He needs that wave.
He does need that wave. That gold is going to help him.
He's behind almost 35 CS to Aurelia right now. Master Yi is really outdoing Lee Sin, though, so... We see the top lane being won by Marquette, but the jungle being won by Murray State.
Man, mid lane just to keep up. Marquette takes it. The LeBlanc had a great dodge, though, for that skill shot, but it wasn't really what they were looking for. They definitely wanted that tower. Urgot stuck in between a rock and a hard place. He gets out of it. They just sort of walk away.
Here's the dangerous part of the game where Murray State started to get snowballed exactly like last time. All the outer towers are taken. The Rift Herald's about to be taken.
Yeah, and you'll notice they don't have any wards in the river here, so they don't really know that Marquette's there, other than they assume it's happening, which is not a safe way to play this game. They're there to kind of defend, but is it going to be enough? It looks like LeBlanc is going to be... No.
LeBlanc got caught in the river. She'll have to leave now.
She will have to leave. That's going to take 1 piece of damage away. Urgot is over in the bot lane. And
just out of position. The LeBlanc out of position. Trying to get information in the river, but she's not the one to be doing that. Tarek should be.
That's right. That's right. And it cost them the Rift Herald. Marquette's got another Rift Herald that they're going to send... Oh, that looks like they're saving it. The last game they went ahead and burnt it on that tower. Master Yi coming in, trying to make something happen. The Urgot's there to back him up. Braum absorbing all the damage. But here comes Tarek. Here comes Lucian. They saved the Master Yi. Master Yi is stabbing. No, that's what he's doing.
Great play by LeBlanc to teleport to the back line and get Jinx.
Yeah, I didn't even see that happen. Holy crap.
Really turned the fight around. Really turned the fight around for Murray State. I really don't know why Master Yi initiated that first fight. It was 2v3. They should have just waited for the Tarek, but...
Works out in their favor, though. For now. They're looking for more. Murray State's not done. This
Big
could be
fight
a
in the
bad
jungle
pull
here.
Yep.
No, they're going to both go their separate ways.
We might see a little bit more poke, but more than likely, the teams are going to reset. Or not. Golly. These are two of the most aggressive teams. So we're at 3 kills ahead from Murray State, but we're 2,000 gold down from Murray State.
Right, and I think that really doesn't even depict the story. The main point of the story is that Murray State has lost all the outer towers, and now Marquette has the advantage of warding their jungle up, which they have over here on blue buff side. So they have all the information they want, and they can pick the team fights that they want and see Murray State rotating over. But it does look like Marquette lost Morgana mid here, and another big fight mid.
Flash out of the Aurelia. 2 big fights mid.
Urgot's going to teleport in.
He's playing.
And I think Marquette has to back down from this and just defend their mid tower.
Yeah, as long as Murray State doesn't take any insane CC. Oh, speaking of.
LeBlanc tried to reach way back in the jungle towards Jinx again, but Lee Sin stopped her. Now Murray State's going to have to retreat. And looks like Dragon will be taken by Marquette.
Yep, they're already pinging for it. Both teams saying, hey, Dragon, we're either going to lose it or get it. Murray State says lose it, Marquette says get it.
Murray State has not gotten too far behind yet, though. I still think they have a good chance here. They just need to continue to keep up with the gold of Marquette. Maybe try and push the tower, continue to farm minions, hopefully control some map objectives. I mean, you lost the Rift Herald and you've lost Dragon twice now, so...
Yeah, Murray State's just in a defensive position right now. They don't have a good way to put in any pressure, and it's like you said, their ward game is just not the same as Marquette.
It's hard to have a good ward game when you lose all your outer turrets at the beginning.
That's very true. That's very true. But
I say beginning, it's more of mid game, but
without any wards at all right now, they're blind. You know, we can go through it again. This is what Blue sees right now. That's Marquette. Here's what Murray State can see right now. Barely a third of the map. So they have to play really defensively. I think they're waiting for this Rift Herald to be summoned. If it's still around, I need to check real quick. Does anyone in Marquette even have it anymore?
Well, Baron is up, and I was expecting to maybe see in the next few minutes Baron battle.
Yep. Oh, we got a little fight here near the Baron pit.
Master Yi took out Jinx, and he's going to make it out alive too.
Yeah, he ducks out of there after getting his job done.
He's been great. Look at the scoreboard. 8, 1, and 2 for Master Yi.
I feel like maybe the Master Yi was a pocket pick from Murray State University right now. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. Yeah, I do believe they lost the Rift Herald actually, so that will not be showing up this time. So good job, Murray State.
Murray State doing a good job now cleaning up the wards in the river.
Yep. Now they're playing a little bit more defensively. Now they're playing the surveillance game. They're getting their vision in and they're taking the other team's vision out. It's a big part. And here we go. Nope. I thought Master Yi was going to go for that Aurelia. He slows down the return for Urgot. That's a big deal in professional play. What do you think in this collegiate level? Stopping a return, is that going to make or break a team here?
Stopping love return.
The Urgot back got postponed by half a second. That's pretty important in pro play.
I don't think it's going to play too much into this game here. We're all still pretty huddled around Baron. It looks like Marquette, though, is all right with having Aurelia still in the bot lane, way away from the action. I guess they think they can win the fights without her.
Yeah,
she's getting huge down there, though. Look at the scoreboard. Urgot, 151 CS, and Aurelia, 240 CS, and it's all from being down there in the bot lane.
Yeah, she's had no problem getting fed all day long.
And that's what I talked about with this team's comp. Aurelia and Lee Sin. Such a deadly combo. You bring in the Braum to guard the Jinx, and it's a lot to deal with.
Urgot trying to get that top lane while Aurelia trying to clean up the bot lane for ranking.
I mean, again, speaking to Marquette's comp, they can initiate off the Morgana stun, the Aurelia dive, the Lee Sin dive. I really can't name a single spell or move that Murray State's champions have that can initiate a team fight.
That can initiate. I mean, it's really just been Master Yi's ulti, right? That's been their top.
Yeah, but most of his kills have come from soloing people off by his own. Now that we're getting into the late game,
melted. While the Braum just absorbs damage, they get the Lee Sin, they get the Morgana, they get a Braum.
it's not enough though. Aurelia is going to clean up everyone by
Morgana
herself.
gets the Cleric, and Aurelia gets the Urgot. So it is a 3-for-4 trade in favor of Marquette, that fight. And yeah, look at this Jinx.
Oh, is that going to hit Yi? Oh my goodness.
I apologize, everybody, that I didn't have that centered in. I'm glad it missed, because if I had missed that skill shot, that would have been a sad day.
Jinx unleashed an ult from mid to try and hit Yi, escaping the top lane.
If she had
Missed
gotten
by
that,
an inch.
As you can see, Marquette just keeping these lanes pushed forward, giving them maximum visibility. Murray State hasn't been able to take a tower yet.
No, a lot of deja vu from last game.
It does. It feels like a lot of the same, you know. And hopefully they learn from this. They take it to heart and they go, "All right, we know what we did wrong. We can review the video all day long. How do we fix
Sure,
it?"
I think they do great in the early stages of the game. Obviously, Master Yi was a star, picking off, getting some kills, and getting himself fed. I really feel like just Marquette has the team synergy for the battles in the jungle and this mid lane, the team fights, mid to late game. They have the team synergy and team communication that Murray State just doesn't seem to have. A lot of Murray State champions get caught out, as you see LeBlanc almost getting caught in the river there all by herself. And they just got to learn to stay behind their Taric, their front line.
Yeah, I feel like Murray State wants to play a much stronger dive comp, but they don't want to play champions that are safer in a dive comp. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if they want to play a dive comp, this is not it. In fact, that's almost what Marquette has, is a dive comp with Aurelia and Lee Sin and Morgana.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they had last game too. With the Sejuani and the Cannon, they had all this HP. They could just go in and just take hits all day long.
Yeah, and it's not so much that those type of comps are better. I really feel like those are just easier to play as a team. You know, you have the go signal. The one player dies, that's the go signal for all the other players to come in and join the fight. When you're playing these other awkward comps, it can be difficult for every player to know, when do I join the fight, when do I get out of the fight, and how do we work together with that.
And I feel like
just,
right here,
when you have a more
that
simple
fight
comp
was for her.
yeah,
but it was
and
not.
she wins it with the hourglass. Very nice.
Yeah, Morgana takes it away. So, you know, more Murray attempting the dive, and Marquette saying, "We really don't have it. We really don't."
We're
No
kind of fed
offense.
at the moment. We're up by 4K, and here's my favorite part of the game: the Baron
Here we
battle.
go, the Baron fight.
Murray State's
Will Murray
nearby.
State try to steal or even stop? Let's find out. The Taric
not-
is wandering around. Here's the Master Yi.
There's
They've got
the
a
wards.
jungler.
They
He
know what's
could
going
ignite.
down.
The fight is happening outside the pit. They pull off, decide to use it as a bait. Oh my goodness.
Wow,
It
is Murray
is-
State gonna? This is a good. Nope.
No,
Marquette
it is nothing
again.
but a Marquette pop-off.
The Aurelia triple kill at the end of that.
Brilliant. Just lets everyone know what's up. They're not even going to go for Baron. They're pushing mid. They said, you know what? We don't actually need that Baron after all. We've melted down their team. Let's take down this inhib, get the super minion spawning, and then we'll recall. Lee Sin maybe just kind of trolling there.
All he needs is that one hit with the red buff.
That's right. I'm really
took it.
surprised though that Marquette didn't decide to go ahead and get the Baron.
I think Braum was too low of HP for them to do that.
They get 2 turrets, an inhibitor. They ace the team. So I guess maybe going for the Baron would have been greedy at this point.
Maybe. But like you said, Aurelia showing what 300 CS can do for you.
Yeah,
Already
look
has
at
a
her build.
Triforce.
She's got her Triforce, she's got her Gauge, she's got her Guardian Angel, she's still got her Tiamat, you know. And Murray State, our Master Yi's got the Spear, Gunzo's Rage Blade, you know, he's trying to keep up. Everybody in Murray State's trying to keep up. No one has given up on this game yet, that's for certain.
The person you interviewed for Marquette, he mentioned that Murray State needs to win the bot lane. And if we look at the bottom lane carry scores, you have Jinx for Marquette with 3 kills and Lucian for Murray State with 0.
0.
I mean, he has 285 CS, but
He won the CS game, but he didn't win the kill game.
I will say I like the Lucian build. He took armor boots, which is interesting. If he was playing online, he would probably get something said to him about that. But I agree with it. I agree with it. Very
Spoken to in a
situational.
negative light, is that what you're telling me?
Yes, yes. People online do not like for you to build unconventionally.
They really don't. But it's great to see.
He has
here.
reason to build those boots. Look at Marquette. They have Lee Sin, Irelia, Jinx, Braum. They're all AD. So if he gets dived, he may need that little bit of defense.
It's probably ended up saving him more times than not, considering he's only died 3 times, whereas other people have died 1 more time. That's not a great analogy. Big fight in the mid lane. Marquette finally loses a tower to Murray State University. You see a little bit of Aurelia.
Nice Irelia, Master Yeast.
Yeah,
down there
but
in the
the
jungle. That was fun to
GA
watch.
keeps Aurelia safe and they lose the Master Yi. So he was working hard and came up short. Now they're going to go for the real Baron play here. Marquette says, yeah, let's go ahead and do this.
I mean, it was really just
teleporting in.
Irelia's Guardian Angel that saved her from Master Yeast.
Yep. Does Murray State have a counterplay for this one? I don't think they do at this point. They're getting CC'd. The dive,
jungler's not even there to smite for the steal.
Mason
And Bang
takes
is
it for
taken.
them. They're going to back, get a little gold, buy an item. Start pushing those lanes.
Irelia's not going to go back. She's going to stay and take the dragon all by herself.
Yeah, she's going to go get that dragon. For those that don't know, after the Baron is being taken, you get a quicker recall back to base. I believe they generate bonus gold, and as long as you are near a minion wave for a few seconds, that minion wave gets a buff, which allows them to push even harder. And that's pretty much what Marquette is doing now. They're spreading between their waves. They're clearing out the jungle. They're getting them the minion waves, just pushing as hard as possible. LeBlanc is way out of position right here, and they're letting her know.
Yeah, that's not the first time we've seen Lonka out of position, whether in the jungle by herself or during a dance pre-team fight.
Yeah, no. And Marquette's just going to keep pushing forward. Murray State is going to hold the defense as best they can. The Paracult comes out to try to protect everyone for a few more seconds, but I'm afraid it's just not going to be enough as Marquette just eats through it, eats through the Argot, and that's another ace for Marquette. They clean out the entire team. They're already on the inner turrets. Boom, 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 and there goes the Nexus. There's nobody respawning in time. It's over. Marquette takes the series 2-0 against Murray State University. Now, of course, I'm a little bit biased, so I honestly hope this doesn't happen tomorrow for basketball as well. But it has been a good matchup whatsoever. Please stay tuned. We're going to have another interview with the Murray State player in just a moment, and we'll get a little insight as to what happened, how they felt, and what they're gonna do the next time they run into these teams. So stay tuned for just a few more moments.
Hey,
all right, everybody. I'm joined now with Murray State player Keeg Montejoya. Why don't you introduce yourself for us and let us know what you play for the Murray State team, and just give us a little self-introduction.
Yeah, so currently I play jungle for our MSU racer team. Coming in now, this is my junior year, so I've been a part of the scene, I guess, in our little league team for a few years now. But yeah, I'm sort of the fill-in manager, I guess, while Matt's out. But yeah.
Very cool. So everyone wants to know. I know it's gonna hurt to hear this. What happened?
It was pointed out. I know. Floozy being the other analyst, he pointed it out well. They just played better as a team. We came in. We sort of got the team together in December. We came in, we participated in a collegiate tournament going on, and we had our roster picked. And at the time, we were in different positions. I didn't always play jungle. In fact, I started off playing mid, so that was a bit of a roller coaster. And our jungler who played mid, so he sort of swapped roles. So the guy playing LeBlanc, Zith, he played jungle at the time whenever we started.
Okay.
So it's been kind of a roller coaster figuring out where we, fit and everything, and kind of got through the collegiate tournament, realized kind of like that was our wake up call, that this is the real deal, and that a lot of the normal games that we played and whatnot and flex were just tip of the iceberg, I guess. And even they weren't challenges, but Marquette just had a better team. They communicated well, they rotated well, they were clearly ready to go, and they have big plans. They pretty much have everything just better, I guess, solidified in place than we do at the moment, and it was nice to see that. And it's always nice getting that sort of challenge and that wake up call that we need to practice and come together as a team. And it definitely wasn't our prime, that's for sure. But no excuses. They were definitely a better team. They played very well.
That's great to hear. Chat had a major question earlier, and I'm going to ask this to you, and let's see what you say here. Who's the John Morant of the Murray State Racers esports team?
To be honest, technically, our OG manager, Matt, he played the puzzle in league. He's our consistently higher ranked player. He's definitely very good compared to the rest of us. I think if you want to consider like on our roster now, like in the game we just played, Zith is definitely our sort of prime player. In fact, whenever we were running through the collegiate in about January, February, we definitely played a lot around him while he was in jungle. So it was interesting kind of taking him out of that role and having him in something different because he kind of wanted to experiment, this being a fun little game to try that in. So, but he's definitely the Shamara. Definitely.
Very cool. All right. So if you could take, or at least discuss one thing that you're going to take away from this matchup as the learning experience, what is it, and what are you going to do differently moving forward?
We definitely, mechanics aside, that can come with our own personal experiences in the game. I think that we need to get back in the better swing of things when it comes to communication and working as a team and having comms that fit well together. Because even whenever we were going through the collegiate teams, our communication was down. It was just sort of game knowledge, right? That's the big takeaway. The big thing from this game was we definitely didn't have the communication we had before, but also our game knowledge. Zith, who's been playing quite a bit more than the remainder of the team, and him being, the star player, he has a lot more game knowledge. So we try to, go off his calls and whatnot, but we definitely need to just we need to play the map, to be honest, and that's what Marquette did. They played it extremely well, and they were just better they just had a better overall game knowledge, a game sense, if you will.
Absolutely. That sums it up. We've got another question from chat real quick. Who is the Marcus Howard of Marquette?
I'm assuming you're talking about the star player, right? Or
that's what I assume too. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, okay. I'm assuming they're comparing like their star player of Marquette, like the basketball team. To be honest, from the first game, I honestly thought their jungler played a more significant role because a lot of bot lane in the first game was sort of back and forth, and it was sort of in our favor. But their jungler rotated a lot better. And whether it was through him or her or the rest of the team, they obviously knew where I was a lot of the time, so it made things difficult. They counter jungled me, they kept me down, and his presence was overall a lot more valuable in the first game. In the second game, I wouldn't actually attribute it to one player. The Jinx played really well, obviously with the snipe and with the Dragon Steel, which, that was something. But they played really well, as a team. They played more as what I felt a unit in the second game for sure, because in a lot of lanes we had the lead, or at least it felt like it, and they quickly reassured us that they have their stuff together and showed us that sort of in mid-late game. So.
Absolutely. Yep. No, that sums it up. One more question. I'm pretty sure I'm going to ask this one because he's going to want to know, as everyone else here, sure, why the Ulder pick in game 1?
Oh, the Udyr?
Yeah.
So having just sort of taken up the jungle role, I wanted to try out a few different odd picks, I guess. Yi is my better pick. I just play him a lot, and I have a pretty good idea on some of his mechanics, even though it's not hard to right-click a champion a lot. Yeah, but no, Udyr was something different. I really tried to focus on, trying to get ahead and farm and steal a couple dragons, but they just had me pinned down a lot in the jungle. And they kept me from being able to rotate and capitalize. They as a team, just throughout game 1 especially, capitalized a lot more on my mistakes personally. And it definitely showed. So I had to throw in the Yi pick and give it a shot.
I think that was the great second match for you on the Master Yi role. Yeah, it was out of nowhere. Just the difference in play. Though I gotta admit, watching you play in that first game, you just kept stealing stuff left and right, and I didn't even know you were over there. So that was great to have as well. Just this sort of I'm sure maybe Marquette being a much more better visual team, because again, I'm not a pro player. I'm not even a semi-pro player or amateur player. Sure. They were probably like, oh, you know what? I bet he's over there. And then it would happen. I was like, what's going on? When did he do that? What's going on?
That's all about game sense, And Zith, our sort of star player, he pointed out a lot too, obviously players who have a higher game sense will just have those sort of gut calls, right? Or that sort of sense of, well, these lanes are pushed, they're probably going to be taking this objective. Or if I just got killed, they're probably looking to take Baron, And they just had that game knowledge and game sense. And, I tried to pull out some stuff I pull in normals or whenever I pull in low elo ranked, but obviously Marquette isn't by all means a low elo team, and they definitely came to play and caught me out on it.
Yeah, they're definitely not low elo. I would be careful on that the next time you play Marquette. It was good. It was good. It was really good. Hey, we appreciate you guys for coming out. We know this was short notice. Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem.
To you. Thank you for the team. Again, thank you to Marquette.
For sure. Indeed.
We are going to wrap it up for the night. So again, Marquette 2-0 against Murray State in our little League of Legends exhibition match before the NCAA men's basketball tournament. We're playing in basketball tomorrow. I believe it's 3 or 3:30. So don't forget to tune into that as well. We're trying to tie all these things together. Hopefully Marquette takes this on and maybe plays the next team in the bracket, whether or not they win or lose in basketball. So from me, Sean Tucker, Mass Mitchison, and Daniel here, and all the players from Murray State and Marquette, we thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you hopefully sometime soon. So take it easy, everybody.